Good afternoon, cult members. This is the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
I got it right. And this is our new show called TV Time. Now, this is a tentative title for right now. We're going to go with it until we come up with... We can't use TV talk, and we can't use TV discussion, and we can't... So just TV Time. And the general idea of this is to talk about TV stuff that we're watching in news and stuff like that. We'll do a choice of the week, and we'll also probably do some reviews of episodes and stuff like that as we come across them. But the big thing is to do TV on one video, and then the big show will be movies and cons and kind of more giving that show some more space to do some other things.
Right.
And we'll still do series reviews and movie trailers and TV trailers and movie reviews, all that kind of stuff. So here we go with our episode 1 of TV Time. Now I have to go make graphics. So I had a bunch of different things set up to talk about today, and I was watching the Patriots game because it's on TV and I had some time to kill, and I saw 2 commercials for TV shows I had no idea were coming.
Me either.
The first one is Magnum PI. That's right, CBS is running out of ideas. Or they're not willing to take any chances.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. It's what I've been able to find, because I have heard nothing about it, is we have Thomas Magnum,
right?
Who is an ex-Navy SEAL who returns from Afghanistan and uses his military skills as a private investigator in Hawaii.
Right.
So essentially kind of the same story, so they're just going on...
It's the same story. They've just updated it.
Updated it a bit.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is there's a character named Jeanette Higgins. So it's going to be a girl Higgins. So I'm assuming like his granddaughter or daughter
Maybe.
would be... daughter.
Yeah. And she's the manager of the estate.
The estate and stuff like that. That would be kind of interesting. But the thing about this whole thing is the tagline. The tagline is, he'll have you at Aloha. What the hell are they doing at CBS? That is the worst, best tagline ever. They can't even come up with a new idea. Oh,
right. You
had me at hello. Oh, and the Aloha means hello in Hawaiian? What the actual...
Does this have anything to do with Jerry Maguire?
No.
And why did they steal their tagline?
I don't know. But the commercial I saw, the commercial trailer that I saw, whatever, kind of action-y. Remember how Hawaii Five-0 had that first few episodes had that kind of thing? Again, a show that came back and they've...
So who's playing Magnum?
Magnum, it's a gentleman by the name of Jay Hernandez. And he is from, he's done a bunch of different things, but Expanse was the big thing he was on.
Okay. All right.
Which was supposed to be getting picked up by Netflix. That was the rumor.
So then apparently he's not coming back.
So Expanse is one of those shows that fell through the cracks that everybody says we needed to watch because it's sci-fi based.
Yeah.
But does this make any sense?
Well, I mean, I liked Magnum PI. It was one of the shows that I watched a lot when I was younger. So, maybe, but I don't know. You know, I watched Hawaii Five-0 for
I watched
a while.
The first 2 seasons of Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah.
It was cool for what it was.
Yeah, the problem with those old shows is and why they don't hold up now, if you go back and watch them today, is they're very predictable, formulaic.
Right.
You know, the good guy always wins, the bad guy always loses, and there's, you know, it's just episode to episode to episode.
Right.
So I think they're going to have to update it a little bit. Maybe now tends to be an underlying plot
arc, and then you have the episode to episode.
Yeah.
Each episode was their own little thing.
Right, but there's an underlying season-long plot or story, you know, whole show-long plot. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know if we're going to have time to check it out.
It's not really a show that I'm interested in, but I just found it interesting that I had heard nothing about it, and then all of a sudden it popped up.
Yeah, maybe we'll watch like the first episode or something just so we can
talk about it for a second.
Yeah.
The other thing that came up was Murphy fucking Brown is coming back with Candice Bergen. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a great show for its time.
It was.
It's a great show for today. because it's talking about news and all that stuff. And so it makes complete sense to me. And I only just now thought about that.
Candice Bergen, I mean, she was in her 40s.
In this commercial, they kind of make a point of like Murphy Brow's coming back, and then somebody in the background says, "That's fake news," and she kind of smiles and goes, "See how easy it is?"
Yeah.
And she looks really good, but she's probably in her mid to late 60s at this point in time.
I would say at least, if not 70s. So I'm wondering.
She looks really good, though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how. I mean, at some point you need to retire. I don't know.
I say work. If people are willing to give you money to be on TV, you work as long as you can.
No. I don't mean her personally retire. I mean her character.
Oh, okay,
right?
that makes sense.
Because at some point,
it would be really cool if she's like she's the main editor or main chief of the station,
like on the Mary
whatever.
Tyler Moore show. She's the Ed. What is his name? Anyway, the boss guy.
Yeah. So there was 2 shows that we had no idea that's coming up, and we're 5 minutes into what we wanted to talk about, and it just popped up like 2 minutes ago. The main thing we wanted to talk about this week was Netflix The Witcher cast Henry Cavill as the character's name is Geralt of Rivia. And now I've heard of The Witcher. I haven't read any of the books. I've never played the game. Everyone is super excited that they're doing this game/book adaptation for Netflix. It's going to be 10 episodes. They're putting money into the series. The character himself is a monster hunter in a fantasy world.
Right.
And so that means it's kind of like the Game of Thrones kind of maybe feel to it, but more with monsters instead of dragons. I'm interested just based on, that kind of fantasy thing is kind of in our wheelhouse of stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, Henry Cavill, so that's good. Netflix has had a run of pretty mediocre to bad series come out recently, movies come out recently. I mean, the last probably 4 or 5 that have come out have not been great. So hopefully with Henry Cavill, they'll put some money into it, because they also have some great ones like Lost in Space and the one we're going to talk about next. And
and Rain, although Rain was from Sweden. But
there's been some good ones, but just recently they've been crap. So we'll see. I hope it's good. It sounds cool.
It sounds really cool. And there's the thing with a lot of the video game based games in the past, or video game based movies in the past, is that you just don't have enough time in 2.5 hours to set up all the lore that is in the game.
Right, because video games can be 90 hours worth of play or even more. So having a 10-episode arc allows you to get into the lore, the backstory, the understanding all of that stuff. So you get a 10-hour show essentially. Right.
And if they're going to put money in it to make it look right, and they're going to hire Henry Cavill, they're putting money into this and stuff like that.
It has potential.
Netflix is throwing everything against the wall and hoping whatever sticks.
Yeah.
And
apparently.
There's a couple different things that they're putting a lot of money into. This is one of them.
Yep.
Now, my question is, because of this, what does this mean for Superman going forward, the DC movie universe, that kind of stuff?
Not to talk about movies and the TV show, but show.
Big shoe.
The TV time show, but 10 episodes is pretty easy to burn through, right, as far as production, as far as his portion of the production.
Right.
And I've heard nothing about the next Superman. So even if there's
really nothing for the DC movie stuff officially outside of Aquaman.
Right, because it seems like they're doing a little bit of a reorg.
Yeah.
So I think they could burn through filming this, and still, even if they started today writing a script, if they start filming that pretty quickly,
I think it's 2019. I think is when they're hoping to have Witcher out on Netflix, or early 2020.
Yeah, so there's some.
So they'll probably start filming here towards the end of this year.
Yeah,
would make a lot of
sense. And
sense.
then they've got time to do all the CGI stuff. Later.
Yeah. So I just find that Henry Cavill is really good as Superman. He's actually one of the better parts of Justice League for me, and he was amazing in Fallout.
Yes,
and one of my favorite characters he's ever played is the guy from Man from U.N.C.L.E. Which I wish they would do another Man from U.N.C.L.E. so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yep, but he can't. He just can't wait around, right? He can't wait for the DC to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah. So the next one we want to talk about is kind of an interesting subject matter. The House of Cards Netflix show released 2 teaser trailers this last week. It was 2 different trailers. We have to talk about the Kevin Spacey stuff first. I'm not going to talk about what happened with him or whatever, but they kicked him off the show almost immediately after all the accusations and stuff came out. I worked it out, and so when that happened, the people at Netflix and House of Cards are like, we want to do one more season. We are already working up. They want to wrap it up, and they were already working on it. And so Netflix said, okay, cool, let's kill him off. Yeah. And so I'm not giving any spoilers away or anything like that.
No, they talked about it almost immediately. As soon as they fired him, there was speculation. And I did hear this, what they're doing, as one of the speculations. And it made a lot of sense because she's a fan favorite.
Yeah. Everybody loves Robin Wright, and Claire Underwood is. We watched the first 3 seasons of that show and haven't watched the last 2. I'm a little interested to go back, but I've had people tell me that 4 and 5 are not very good. So
maybe watch like the last 2 episodes of 5 just so we're
kind of
up to speed.
we might cheat a little bit and do that. The first trailer was Claire talking over Frank's grave in his backyard, and she looks right at the camera, which is a big part of the show, and just kind of like telling Frank Underwood, Kevin Spacey, see ya.
And when we were watching it, I mean, it was very much a love-hate relationship with the 2 of them.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. And then the second trailer is them walking through the White House, and then they go into the Oval Office, and she's sitting in the president's chair. She turns around, and she kind of pretty much says,
we've got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of work to do. And I wanted her to hit the desk, do the dunk dunk on the desk, and then have it go to black, but she didn't do it. So I wonder if that's a thing that's going to happen at some point in time in this series. Like, she'll bang the desk or whatever.
I don't know.
But I'm interested to see how this last season goes. So
yeah, I think I'd like to watch it.
Yeah,
because I'm on the Robin Wright, Carrie Underwood. I'm Team Carrie.
Team Carrie.
Although Frank was an asshole, and he played it well.
That first 2 seasons of that show is probably one of the best TV.
Oh my God!
And the stuff that happens in that show, just makes
you
question everything. Yeah,
oh my God,
so well done. And in season 3, we watched, and I kind of lost interest, and that's why we stopped watching. So we just the storytelling kind of got generic, bogged down. It just kind of like you did all of this amazing stuff in the first 2 seasons of the 3rd season. It kind of just, we're here and you're watching, and it's like,
I don't know what happened, if they got new writers or I don't know.
We're gonna skip the next one and then go to finally, after months and years of speculation, we have a release date for the first episode of Doctor Who. Now, we are huge Doctor Who fans around here. Whovians around here. And we were really sad that Capaldi left, or was asked to leave, depending on who you ask, how that all went down. And when they announced Jodie Whittaker, we were super excited that they're going to have a girl, still not a ginger. that's an issue. We have a girl doctor because my feelings about the doctor aren't confusing enough as it is. Now they have a hot chick on the show. And so we've been waiting. We've known that they've been done with the series or or done filming or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were here for San Diego Comic-Con. I did a big push.
Yep.
And they kept saying, autumn.
Yeah.
Okay, autumn when? And so finally October 7th is the first episode.
So Saturday, October 7th, is that in Britain or is that?
It's BBC America as well. So it's BBC and BBC America.
Okay, so that's new because it's been on Sundays, right?
No, it's been on Saturday nights.
Has it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we will be doing reviews of each individual episode like we did last season. Those will probably come out Sunday mornings for us, just depending on how our schedule and stuff like what works.
Right.
And we're going to be in the UK for the first few weeks of the series.
The 21st.
So
the episode on the 21st, we will be in the UK.
In the UK.
So what we would love to do is try to where will we be? We'll be in New York. So what we would love to do is find a pub that's actually doing a viewing.
We will work on that in the next few weeks about now that we have an official date and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to do a preview of the season, but we've already kind of talked about it on the big show quite a bit. But I just, from the previews that we've seen, they're getting away from a lot of the old Doctor Who tropes. And
right. Well, it's a new showrunner, a new doctor, just
new companions.
And everything's new. So start, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you are a true Doctor Who fan and have watched even some of the old stuff, you understand that that's the doctor, the physical doctor, isn't the only thing that regenerates.
Yeah. And the first episode is called "The Girl Who Fell."
Because
she was
falling out of the TARDIS.
So, and there's been rumors that Torchwood's going to be involved, so Cardiff and all that stuff. So I'm interested. And then the last story we want to talk about this week is we've talked a lot on the big show, the last few weeks about the DC Universe streaming service that's coming,
right?
And pricing and what they're bringing and stuff like that. Well, one of the shows that they're doing on there is called Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol it's monster, a teen monster comic and kind of different things. What I've been finding out about Doom Patrol is casting stuff has been directing me towards different things. Cyborg is in the show, and Cyborg was a Teen Titan, and that's really where he should be, is in Titans. That's where his base is. But he was in Justice League and whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been doing research. Well, it came out 2 weeks ago that Brendan Fraser was hired as Robot Man, and he's going to be the voice, and he's going to do flashbacks. Robot Man is they upload a conscience into a robot and stuff like that. So that'll be Brendan Fraser. But they hired this last week, Alan Tudyk and Timothy Dalton is going to be on this. So they're putting money into they're swinging for the fences for this.
So is
on
this
show.
A cartoon?
No, it's a live action show.
Okay.
Just like Titans is going to be, and Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing. They hired the girl for Swamp Thing, and I looked it up and I can't remember her name right now. And they're all going to be live action. So it's Greg Berlanti and Jeff Johns are going to be the showrunners. Greg Berlanti does the Arrowverse. He does Rivendell. He's got 19 different shows, and he understands the DC TV process.
Yeah.
He's the one that kind of set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we've talked about this on the big show. I'm not saying I want the DC Universe streaming service, but they keep adding stuff to it where I'm like, there's people on here I like to watch, and so I keep struggling with seeing it. So
here's what we need. We need a all-encompassing streaming sports service.
Right.
And then we can, because we don't watch a ton of the TV stuff.
Right.
Then we could get rid of View, get Hulu, we already have Netflix, get Marvel and DC, and
the Disney,
we'll be
the Disney
or
streaming
the
service,
Disney
when it comes
and
to
the
net-
DC,
yeah.
and then we'll be good.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to come down to, because a
But
lot
we
of the
need
stuff
sports,
we need the
live
sports. Yeah,
not yesterday's sports.
because football is, we're now into football, and then we're in baseball
and
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And so the last thing we want to talk about this week is our pick of the week. Our pick of the week. I can't do it. I could do it, but it's going to hurt your ears. But it's Pop Culture Cult's Choice of the Week. And this is going to be a segment that we're going to do every week. And it's just going to be something that we've watched. We may not have finished it. We may not have talked about it or whatever.
The thing we're recommending you go watch right now.
And this week we're going to give you a really easy one. It's on Netflix, and it's called Magic for Humans. It is, it's comedy street magic is essentially what it is.
It's an easy watch. It's 6 episodes.
6 episodes. Each episode's about a half an hour.
Yeah, we watched it in an evening.
Yeah. And the guy who's on the show is hilarious, and his magic is really good. And he takes different subjects and uses that subject as the base of the show.
Yeah.
And goes, uses the idea of that, whatever that theme is for that show, and does magic tricks around that with different people.
He has one that's about like reward, like instant gratification versus waiting for a bigger reward, right? And he does one about kind of peer pressure, I guess. And there's
a sex episode and stuff, but it's not. There's some cursing in the show, but it's a good watch.
Yeah.
It's a good, fun. Yeah. We love magic. I really love street magic, because to be able to pull off tricks in front of people randomly is just really cool.
And a couple of them he kind of shows how they're doing it, not in a Penn and Teller kind of exposing magic kind of way, but more of a so you appreciate what's going on.
Right.
More.
So go watch it. It's on Netflix. Like we said, it's 6 episodes. Each episode is about half an hour. It's a really fun watch. That's the first episode of TV Time. It's really hard not to say TV Talk, but TV Time. Like we said, we're going to try to do news and notes and recommend shows and episode reviews as we're going along. The hope is to keep them under a half an hour kind of show, so they're kind of easier to watch. And so what do you guys think? What do you think of us doing a TV-based show? Let us know. Leave us a comment. Be nice. I'm watching you. Be nice, but let us know. Is there shows that would you recommend to us and that kind of thing? And how do you feel our structure is, at least for right now, as we work out the kinks? Also, like the video while you're here. That helps us out too. But what really helps us out the most is subscribing to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. It changes from red to gray. Like I said, magic. It's magic. It's cool. Hit the bell so you get notifications whenever we're uploading everything from movie to TV to Con Talk. And you can get a hold of us on our social media network. We're on Facebook at PopCultureCult. We're on Instagram at PopCultureCult1. We're on Twitter at Pop_Cult1. We're also on the Stardust app. Download it for free. React to everything you're watching, whatever TV shows and stuff like that. All of those links are in the description. And like I said, let us know what you think on TV. Till the next time. Where's my mouse? Good morning now.